If you're watching me in the club, I'm streaming this as I'm just coming into the AMA, and I'll swap over to the live AMA at the moment. Just setting the technical side of this up. So just give me a second.
Super quiet for some reason. Don't know why that is.
Hey, people should be joining now.
You're fine, Andy.
Yeah, are we...
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Simon, as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you, Simon.
Yeah, just bear with me because I'm just trying to get this to stream in the club and it's having a bit of a wobble. Jack, if you're listening, he's not in here, is he? Oh yeah, he is. Jack, if you're listening, it is the Decast link that you need to stick in the club.
Okay.
So Decast link 1 into the
Yeah, I got it.
into Grand Central. That's all you need to do.
Let me know when you're live and I'll test it.
We are live.
You're live, okay.
Yeah, we're live at the moment because I wanted to make sure we were streaming on time. Can somebody just drop an at everyone in, or have we done that?
Yeah, you're breaking up, Simon.
Can somebody just drop an at everyone in?
I will do so.
Okay, cool. So let's give it a couple of minutes. It's not going to be a massive update today because there's not a massive amount of news compared to... Obviously, we had that enormous piece of news last week, but everything is progressing. We'll update everybody as we go through. Just let me know when that at everyone's gone out, Colleen, please. Hey, Andy.
Hiya, Simon.
How is Spain?
It's okay, as you well know, Mr. Young. It's interesting to say the least.
Are you getting feedback off me or not?
No, I'm fine. I'm just on my way back up to where I need to go, Simon, so I shouldn't lose signal, but if I do, I'll jump straight back on.
Yeah, well, hopefully we've got a few people on here that weren't on the AMA last week. I think I recognise most of them, but not too sure about a couple. I can see Vincent's on here as well. There's a few more people joining now, so...
Yeah, I sent the announcement.
Yeah, so let's just give it a couple of minutes for other people to join. So those of you, if you are in the Infiniverse watching this, so we should hopefully be live in the club by now. If you are watching this in the Infiniverse live, we are the Joke Community. Apparently some old dudes from the UK who decided to get into comedy, and according to some people, don't really know what they're doing. We argue with that to the fact that we've probably taken our project further than anybody else in the metaverse. Just, you know, as far as we're concerned, we've got 10 clubs open. Hopefully you're stood in one of them watching this, and we're all about comedy. We're all about bringing comedians to virtual reality and the metaverse, and we're opening clubs across multiple metaverses at a rate of knots. So we had a meeting last week with TCG. San Shepherd will not mind me talking about TCG in here because that is the spirit of the metaverse. We're all going to work together and help each other. So I met with David Evans, who's the founder and the main guy at TCG. If you don't know who they are, look them up, tcg.world. They are going to give us some space in their metaverse, and we're going to be performing comedy over there as well. They've got 125, just the odd $125 million worth of funding, and we'll be joining them, and they'll be helping us bring a massive audience to this project. So those of you that are here, we appreciate you as always. It's good to see a few more joining. The main purpose of these AMAs is to obviously keep you guys up to date, but to ask for your help to grow the community. So if you weren't on the last one, we had some massive announcements, including the fact that we're going to be listed on P2P, B2B as an exchange, and they will be conducting a massive amount of marketing for us. All those contracts are now signed, I can confirm. During the mods meeting last week, I actually sent the contract over and it was signed by their CEO this week. So that's come back to us now and we can actually move forward with that. We are just going to time that piece of marketing with the market. So just from a market perspective, it's very difficult to predict what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks with the merge of ETH and the creation of ETH 2. Could be a massive amount of there could be a massive crash, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but who knows what's going to happen. It could just be that ETH explodes and goes past Bitcoin, and who knows, like I say, who knows what's going to happen. But we need to time the market correctly and make sure that all of our marketing is not ignored. So I don't think it's probably right to really press the button hard until we know what's happening with the market in the next week or so. So we'll see what happens there. It's one of those things that I'm just going to hold back on a touch, because I don't want to waste anything that we've obviously paid to have all of this done, and it will be a big push, and we will get a lot of attention from a lot of parts of the market and a lot of new people coming into the project, providing we tie it all up correctly. And one of the reasons for you guys being here is to make sure that you guys can help us do that and help us keep the channels busy, keeping Twitter, keeping Discord, and obviously these type of AMAs get streamed onto our YouTube and other channels such as Facebook. But look, it is really, I cannot stress enough how important it is that if you are invested in this project, or you're just looking at perhaps getting invested in this project, it is so important that over the next few weeks, and this will ramp up massively as the attention comes to the project, that you guys help guide people into the right places. You give them the information. It's brilliant. I've seen loads of people helping people in the last week. Does seem like my request, my begging last week to say, can people help, is paying off, and we really do need to keep the pedal to the metal and keep people coming in and keep people excited about what's coming next with this project. So the JJC, so we have rebranded our Joking Jungle Cats collection to JJC. We've been working on a project this week that we are talking to about the staking of those NFTs. I know some people are impatient and want the staking right now. I did say a few AMAs ago that staking is not going to happen until the market picks up, because we're not in the business of giving tokens away for, just so people can sell them and put it wherever else. So once the market starts pushing, the price starts pushing, that's when the staking comes in, and that's when you can stake your jungle cats. So for now, the utility of those is that you've got an apartment in the metaverse, hopefully if you claimed it, and you get access to all of our events for free, no matter where they will be in the future. So TCG as an example, one of the things that they're looking at doing is running some paid events with really top name comedians that hopefully they're going to sponsor with us. And I spoke also to Brando from the Apes Together Strong yesterday, and they're looking to help run a collaborative mini comedy festival before the big one that we're going to run. Like we've said before, that is not going to run until the autumn, just because of the weather not being ideal at the moment for VR, because the numbers in VR are massively down at the moment. That's why you're probably seeing a bit of a hiatus in the project, and why we're going to stream content into the Infiniverse, which is probably it's repeat content, but it's content that a lot of people won't have seen before, and we're going to ramp up the number of events towards the end of September and early October, which is when the listing on P2B, B2B will happen. Obviously, I will not be disclosing the exact date until nearer the time, because we don't want a load of people coming into the project just to pump it in that week and then disappear off into the sunset with a chunk of our liquidity. On that basis, there is, like I say, an opportunity over the next couple of weeks to observe the market. With the merge of ETH2, I was reading an article this week about the opportunity for people to arbitrage projects that are based on ETH. So we need to watch out that when that switch comes from proof of work to proof of staking, you're going to see an awful lot of arbitrage across a lot of ETH projects. So if you are invested in ETH, you will probably see, in my opinion, and this is not investment advice, you'll see a pump in the price in the 3 or 4 days leading up to that, which I believe is around the 18th of September. And then you're going to see a massive amount of activity and volume for a couple of days, and you'll see a load of arbitrage, and then who knows what happens at that point, because that's when potentially all hell breaks loose. And that could be coupled with the fact that things like the UK inflation figures are rumoured to be being announced at 18%. So there isn't a great deal of good news in the market at the moment, and we are going to time our entry properly so that all of our new marketing activity really hits the spot and carries on through as the market begins to rise, which, again, only my opinion, is going to be the latter part of September and October. So, we obviously look forward to that as a project to see it grow, but we're timing that with, for example, entry into the farms. And I can see there's a few members of the Wolf Den on here. The Wolf Den themselves, i.e. Night Swap, are reorganising their project at the moment into different tiers. You are going to need, if you want to be in those tiers, different NFTs that they are releasing. There's going to be access to the top tiers, I think, and those people that are already in Guardian will get issued. I think it's a Grey Wolf who will get into there, but you're going to be able to earn your way up the tiers within that project. The reason I'm talking about them is obviously it's where the majority of our liquidity is staked currently. As we move to a new exchange, to a centralized exchange, that's not to say we are not moving away from Night Swap. They are our long-term partner. They hold our farms and our raids. And look, if you want to take part and earn more Joke token, I strongly suggest you go and get some Night and put it in the pool, in the raid, and earn Joke, or you put Joke and BNB together to earn Night, to put Night into that pool to earn some more Joke. So those opportunities are being provided by us. We didn't make a massive deal about it last week because those farms and raids only went live towards the end of the week. So if you're not farming, that is free money for you, right? If you are a Joke holder and you pair your BNB with Joke and you stick it in that farm, that is free Night, right? That token, personally, and again, not financial advice, I earn Night and I then stick it into other raids to earn other tokens, which I then go on to sell. So look across that board, look at which ones will provide you the best APR, look at which tokens you don't necessarily want to own, but you can actually yield a great deal of, and then sell to actually reinvest into the projects you like. Hopefully one of those being Joke and another being Night or Guard. So you're going to see a lot of activity going on over there. They're reorganising their tiers. We've just renewed the farms. It is a great time to get into those farms, because if you see the value of our token growing, and you probably see BNB price increasing over the long term, i.e. the next 3 months, which is the term which those farms and pools are open, if you're invested in those and the price of the tokens move up, you have a significant increase over and above the APR that's available on the farm. Word of warning, just be careful that there are a lot of projects launching at the moment claiming to give ridiculous APRs, right? Like in the thousands of percent. Just be mindful that some of those will either be rugs or be unsustainable, so you can probably get into them and get out. And one of the things I've been teaching people at the moment is how to get in and out of pre-sales. We looked at a few pre-sales on Pink Sale last week, and one of them went 100x at launch. A project called Meta Stocks, and that project went 100x at launch, and it actually then settled down to about 10 or 12x after the pump and dump went on. But that has a massive community. But when you think that Pink Sale doesn't have anything the audience that P2B, B2B does, and we're going to be launching our IEO on there. For those of you that don't know what an IEO is, it's initial exchange offering. So although we're already listed on a DEX, i.e. Night Swap, and we have a very, very small amount of liquidity on Pancake Swap, we will be launching onto P2B, B2B, and if, and I stress if, conditions are right, we will raise an additional amount for the project to take the project forward on P2P, B2B with an IEO. And that's where we will bring in thousands, if not tens of thousands of people to this project. The timing of that, as I say, I can't stress enough, the timing of that is crucial, but the marketing towards that will be happening over the next 6 weeks. So when we press that button, and we haven't pressed that button yet because you guys will start seeing more people coming into the project as soon as we do that. And like I say, the contract's been signed, it's all lined up, it's ready to go, but there are other things in play. So as an example, we had conversations last week, and I'm not going to name them, with a massive venture capital firm who may well want to come and look at our project. We were told that they think we have an incredible project and we've done incredibly well to get it to where we've got it to. So if you're invested, please listen. Those are words from somebody who controls billions of dollars. Not that they're going to put billions of dollars in this project, but somebody who works and controls billions of dollars looking at us, interviewing us, and seeing us as the future of comedy in the metaverse genuinely, and possibly prepared to put millions of dollars behind this project. Those are the opportunities that we're bringing forward and putting in front. You know, we're putting our project front and center in front of those type of investors. Those conversations are ongoing. I can't tell you who that is with because I've signed an NDA to say I can't do that. So, you know, watch this space, but that can take this project light years ahead in days. You know, if that gets signed, we can work, and I mean work with a massive team full time on building out absolutely everything and every piece of utility and dominating every part of the metaverse and many other metaverses and other projects that are springing up, and buying land everywhere we want it, and almost basically just demanding what we want from other projects. So, you know, at the moment we're in a very privileged position because we have a great deal of content ready to go. We have the connections with all the comedy clubs. We're dealing with people like the Gotham and others over here, a lot of big management groups that manage a lot of the really, really big TV stars, and they're all teed up ready to take part when we press that button. So it's not as if we have to then go and build it. We're in the process of building the app. If you want to know more about that app that we're building, please listen to the other AMAs that we've talked about it previously. But it is going to be a game changer in terms of being able to get in front of a mobile audience. So the tech that is coming with mobile over, and this right. So this is something that I think you need to pay attention to, because earlier in this AMA, I noted that the ETH swap over to ETH2 is around the 18th of September. Is it a coincidence? And it is probably just a coincidence, but you have to ask yourselves these questions. Is it a coincidence that the entirety of the way mobile operating systems utilize the data on mobile devices actually changes on that same day? So for me, that sounds like a recipe for a perfect storm, for a disaster to happen. There must be a queue of hackers lined up like you wouldn't believe, trying to go after ETH when it relaunches, because all of the projects that are on ETH1, they have to move all of them over. How that works, who knows? But obviously ETH2 has worked in a test net, and the testing's all successful, but that's not in real life. That's not in the firefight. That is not with thousands of tokens trying to exchange at the same time and move over, and bots and hackers and everything. The penetration testing that hopefully they've done must be next level, right? But look, we'll see what happens. Who knows? There was a story today about the Bored Ape Yacht Club being in trouble. Apparently they're massively leveraged, and if the price of Bitcoin goes down below a certain point, and I don't know what that number is, but we're obviously headed down at the moment by the looks of it. A lot of people talking about whether we're going to go and test 17,000 again, and there's probably some people, those people that bought in at 20 odd or higher, laughing at me just saying that. But I personally have to see. I think we'll see Bitcoin under 20 again very soon. And maybe ETH back down before we get that little pump before the 18th, and then who knows what'll happen, right? Again, not investment advice, but we just need to be careful what happens over the next few weeks. Those Bored Ape Yacht Club people that are leveraged, that project, ApeCoin and the other side that those guys are building is amazing, right? And the long-term future of that does look great. I've got people saying the forecast for ApeCoin currently at $6-7. I haven't checked it in the last 3 or 4 days. Might be less than that, but that token is aiming at $40-50 over the next 4 to 5 years. So that's again not investment advice, but it's what a lot of the big whales are saying, and looking into the wallets and looking at who's invested in it. There's an opportunity there if people are looking at. I think it's genuinely a really good project, but we're looking to collaborate with a lot of these guys over the next year. We've got ins with some of them. We went on IGL. We got introduced by I Am McMuffin. He's not on here today, just scanning the screen. But we got introduced to IGL World. We spent some time with them. There's conversations going on there. They've got a lot of the apes in their project. And it is going to be a lot about collaboration over the coming weeks and months, because like today I was talking to Brando, who runs Apes Together Strong. We've got Antoine on here today. He is going to be representing the JJC on Ape Spaces tonight. So that's 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 5:30 a.m. UK, hence why I'm not doing it. But Antoine's going to represent, and he's got a lot of this information ready at hand to get people excited about the project. They get 2,000 to 3,000 people on at once on those Ape Spaces, sometimes more. So it's a really good opportunity. He will be giving away a JJC NFT today, as well as I might chuck an apartment in if you want, Antoine. So if you see people getting really excited, you might be able to say to them, if anyone fancies an apartment in the Infiniverse, we can probably throw one of those in. It'll be a code, it won't be an apartment, it may be a penthouse, who knows. But if you guys want to attend that Ape Spaces and enter when Antoine announces the prizes, it may well be one of you guys that gets to win it. So, Andy, do you want to? Are you still there?
Yeah, I need to go in a couple of minutes, Simon, because I've just got up to John's. So,
Okay.
what do you need me to do? Sorry.
No, just could do with you picking out the bingo numbers, or we may have to announce it just afterwards if because I haven't picked the
Right,
numbers,
okay.
so I don't want to pick them
No, I haven't.
live while we're on here. But we'll announce it in the next half
Well,
an hour
If
after
we,
this
can, if we
ends.
can pick them after, yeah, if we pick them afterwards, Simon, and then we'll just put them into Discord in announcements. Is that all right?
Yeah. The other thing, look, as always, I want people to ask questions. So, if you come on these AMAs, please do put questions into the AMA live chat, or put your hand up and we'll have you on stage to talk about it. But yeah, please, look, I don't want to keep anybody here any longer than they need to. Andy, is there anything else you want to cover off?
No, I think you've covered everything, Simon. I mean, last week's AMA covered an awful lot of stuff. I know a week is a long time in this world, but in a lot of what we're dealing with, we need a little bit longer on some of those meetings that we've had to make some of these things happen. So we are getting there. There's a couple of other big meetings this week, and we'll keep people posted as and when we know things and what's happening. But no, I don't think there's any more updates, Simon, from what you've said there.
I don't want to interrupt anybody. So, Simon, that's 10:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight?
Yeah, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So, but
Okay.
if you've got the login and it works, right?
I'm already logged in. I'll stay
Yeah,
logged in.
cool. So as long as you're on the space from about 10 p.m., you did it before and you did a fantastic job. So if you're on there from 10 p.m., they may well invite you on stage, when they spot you. So if you put your hand up,
So Eastern time would be 9:30 my time. So you saying that I need to get on there at 10 o'clock, or do I need to get 15 minutes early like last time?
get on
that's what
there.
time I got
Yeah,
enough.
if you can get on there half an hour early.
Okay.
So it's actually, by the looks of it, to me, it should be 12 hours from now. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah. So 11:30 and then 9:30. No, it's not 12 hours because it's 11:30 where I'm at, and I got to be on there at 9:30. So it'll probably be 10 hours. 10 hours exactly. So you want me to get it started?
10 hours from now would be Eastern time, 10:30. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's actually it's 3:30 a.m. for me then.
Yeah, 3:30 a.m. for you. Yeah, I got it though. I'll take care of it. Just talk about the stuff in the project and all the new things we have going on, and just
Yeah, we might want to check that because I wasn't up at 3:30 this morning, thank God. I was up at about 5:30 this morning, and that's when I was talking to Brando. So he did say to me, I'll confirm it because he did say it was 24 hours from when I was speaking to him. But I'll check it for you.
Just make sure you got the right time, and I got the rest. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll confirm it for you because we don't want anyone having to hang around for 2 hours.
Now, last time I got on there, and they put me right on after the people, so it wasn't that long. I got it. I'll do it like that again. Then whatever time is on there, I'll get on there 15 minutes early so I can be in line rotation because they have people that go in order. They're talking about their projects.
Yeah, and look, do give a shout out to any other projects that want to get involved with comedy because
I will.
Collaboration is the key. And when I was speaking to Brando earlier, and for those of you that don't know Brando runs Apes Together Strong. They've got a massive following, and like I say, they get 3,000-4,000 people on their Twitter Spaces. I said to him, look, because I've been talking to him for a while about running a comedy festival for the Apes, and I put together the plan and sent it over to him this morning, a great big long list of about 15 different things that we're going to do. And his first comment back to me was, how much will this cost? And I said, no, I think you're missing the point. It's free. So it's free to them. We just want the collaboration. So if we get to collaborate as communities, because they have so many communities popping onto their spaces every week, and I think they have 2 spaces a week with about 20 different projects on. Obviously the followers of all those projects are listening to the other projects, but if we're running that comedy event for the Apes and the other projects, they can all come in, all get involved, all advertise their projects, all give away prizes, which is what they're doing on Ape Spaces, and that's how they're building their following. So we can do the same, and we wouldn't charge, obviously, Apes to do that. We just want to put the comedy out there, put an event together, and shout out a load of projects and get them all to come into our metaverse, which is how it should be. So when you're on there, obviously stress, we will be running an Apes Together Strong comedy event with about 4 or 5 comedians. We're going to schedule it for October, and we'll do a massive build up for it, and we'll get a load of their projects coming to look at us at the same time, because there's a massive NFT community there. So I don't know whether we want to do a floor sweep. Let me just, do we know where the floor is on OpenSea at the moment for us? Let me just have a quick look.
Yeah, I got it. Hello?
So we've got lowest price is 0.04. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. We've got 14 NFTs before we get to 0.1. We could give a floor sweep prize away of like 3 apartments picked at random for if anybody sweeps that floor. And I don't look. Maybe somebody on this AMA wants to sweep the floor, and I know that is not strictly au fait with OpenSea rules, but those that sweep the floor will get the benefit. So it has to be one of those. I'm going to screenshot these ones here that are on. Let me just do the screenshot so I know who it is. Bear with me while I do it. Right, and screenshot that. Right, so I've got a screenshot of the cats that are below 0.1 of an ETH. Let me just save it. JJC minus 0.1. Oh, right, so I've got that picture. If we get anyone sweep any of those 12 or 14 that are below 0.1 of an ETH, we'll enter every one of them into a competition to get an apartment code, and we'll number them 1 to 14 based on the order they are in on the screen that I've just screenshotted. Let me just share that in the AMA live chat so you guys can see that I've actually screenshotted it. Bear with me.
Okay.
Question is, where did I save it? Called it JJC. JJC 01. There we go. Open. Right, so I've just uploaded that picture into the AMA live chat. Any of those ones get swept during the next 24 hours, then they get entered into a competition to win one of 3 apartment codes. Okay, so you got a decent chance of winning if you want to sweep up 1 or 2 of those. So you can offer that out tonight as well, Antoine, if you want. Anybody got any questions while we're here? Because I don't want to really, like I say, extend this
What you said I
anymore.
can do it? Your phone was breaking up. You said I can do what now?
So you can share that image if you want during. What I'll do is I'll put a tweet out, right? So you know, in Apes Together Strong, what they do is they come onto your Twitter and they will follow you and they will retweet. Hold on a sec, bear with me. I'm on a call. Right, it's all right. Kids are going crazy downstairs. So, look, anybody who sweeps one of those, I'll put it on as a tweet, and then so it'll be an official competition for us. All you've got to do, Antoine, is point people to that tweet. It will be our pinned tweet. So all you've got to say is go and like, comment, share, retweet on that. And if anybody wants to sweep, the instructions will be on the tweet. They get entered into that competition, all right?
All right.
Cool. Has anybody else got a question while we're here? Because I have got to get a few things done before the top of the hour, including the bingo.
Simon, the transition to the new version of ETH, is that in any way going to affect our NFT contract?
No. So, because it's not a token, it's not trade. It's not. There's no opportunity for arbitrage on an NFT. So, it'll affect. It could, and it's only a could, right? It could affect tokens that are built on ETH, Polygon, anything else that's on that layer or on that chain. So that would hopefully that answers the question.
Okay, so I haven't not read up on this transition. So is it going to be like literally a 1-for-1? So for example, if the floor price right now is 0.05 ETH, the ETH v2 will be the same, or is there going to be any kind of a?
No, it'll be exactly the same. All they're doing is moving from proof of work, which is, for example, mining. So at the moment, you've got tens of thousands of machines mining Ethereum and confirming blocks, to proof of stake, which is confirmation by computers that hold a certain amount of ETH. So it actually cuts down the number of machines required to confirm a block. So it speeds the process up, and that's how, in theory, it cuts the gas fees. But when you start moving, you'll end up with about 5%, or supposedly about 5% of projects left on ETH1. And ETH1 and ETH2 will be in complete parity. They are effectively the same thing, because you'll be able to swap. Well, you are swapping 1-for-1. That's all that's happening. I don't think anybody, other than those within the very bowels of the dev team at ETH, know exactly how it's going to work. But that's the layman's version, if you see what I mean.
Okay, great, thanks.
Cool. Look, as always, we appreciate everybody being here. It's good to see Mick Foreman on here, one of the guardians and one of the long-term supporters of our project. Good to see all of you on here, and please do help us out. Keep the project busy, keep the Discord busy. As I say, over the next few weeks, it is incredibly important, and we can't do it all on our own. So if you see our tweets going out, and you will, if you see things, us asking you to do certain things on Discord, like going showing some love to a tweet, or just getting involved by tagging us into other projects. One of the things I haven't necessarily seen the community doing as much as I would probably like is, if you do spot other projects, just tag us in, right? Talk about us. Or don't sell it, right? Don't push it. Don't ram it down people's throats. We're not shilling it. What we want to do is, if you might see a post on Twitter that says, tell me the next 1000x gem. Well, leave a bit of mystery by saying, you might want to have a look at the joke community. That's it. Don't put rockets and stars all over it and, make it, try and sell it. Let people buy from us and join us if they love it, right? If they come and learn and they come to the AMAs and they understand what we're trying to achieve, by all means drop some breadcrumbs and tell them, look, we're going to get listed on P2P, B2B, and new exchanges are coming. Haven't heard from the odd person who was bemoaning the lack of action. Mind you, maybe they left the project early. So look, we're in a good place. We're really ready to start pushing upwards. And if you've got the opportunity to go farm and raid the token, please do, because that is free money, right? I don't see enough people doing that. If you've got the chance to go and farm and pair your joke with B&B and stick it into night and earn that APY and get night token, take that token and put it in another raid. Don't necessarily raid joke unless you're going to say, right, I want joke to hold it long term. But if you put it in another raid of all the other, there's plenty of other tokens on there to raid, get that other token and sell it, right? And then either pocket that as income or go and buy more of our project, because that's obviously what supports us, keeps the project growing. And over the next 6 to 8 weeks, you're going to see a massive acceleration as we push all of these buttons that we've got ready with P2P. We'll be going on their AMAs. We will be mentioned on their Twitter. We'll be on their Telegram. Their Telegram's got 750,000 people in it, and the average post gets about 200,000 views. So when we start getting to go on there and they start learning about us and understanding that we're not a shitcoin, all things happen for a reason. So as I say, the main thing is we won't be pressing that button until probably just after this ETH merge, so that we understand where the market is at that point. We may see, obviously, if Bitcoin starts to absolutely tram and is pushing off, and we can see that it is the start of a bull run, look, that's when we push the button as well, because I am seeing green shoots. I am seeing a lot of projects launching at the moment and getting a lot of investment. I think that really is off the back of some of the confidence that's been built up since obviously ETH was down at 890 or whatever it was, and has doubled up, or did double up, and it's pulled back a little bit now. But there's a lot of people getting involved in projects on launch pads, and there's a lot of investment coming in. People's confidence is growing. That might get crushed over the next couple of weeks, but I think it will soon return after that point when you start to see Bitcoin run. But everybody's got their own opinion. Maybe we should have a competition to see if we can predict the price of Bitcoin on a weekly basis as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bingo out. I'm going to put this tweet out for Antoine for tonight for the Ape Spaces. If you've got a chance to attend, go and listen to what he's got to say, get involved, get people excited about the project, because there will be hundreds of people tweeting and retweeting about joke tonight. So watch out for those. Even if you can just click like on a few of those tweets, comment where you can, or ask questions. Always good to ask questions, because if you solicit a reply from somebody, you're creating more of a conversation, and then they're paying attention. So look, I don't have to teach people how to do social. You're here on Discord, but it's just go on.
I am McMuffin has joined the stage.
I'm sorry, I gotta just ask you guys a question. I jumped in right before I heard about the sweep thing. And then also, yeah, community is definitely doing really good. We have to definitely try and engage a little bit in Twitter if we can. It's free. And it gets our name out there. But, yeah.
Look, I'll echo that. It's really important. I've seen, and thank you for your efforts. I really see you getting involved a lot. If other people can get involved, and please do just show the tweets some love, because they go so much further. If you see one appear and you get a note, hit the notification. Hopefully you've all got notifications set up on your Twitter to, when we tweet or we reply to someone, you see it happening. It only takes a like or a quick comment. That's a lot. That is worth a lot to us. That really does help, because the algorithms pick up the fact that tweets are getting engaged with, and that throws it further and further and further. If you can get a tweet and get 40, 50 engagements in the first half an hour, it makes so much more difference than if those 40 or 50 engagements are over a day. So,
it's very powerful.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit on me, but you're right, it is enormously powerful if you can get engagement quickly. So when I put this tweet out today that is pinned, please get involved. Antoine will be sharing it and getting the Apes group to interact with it. That's probably going to get a few hundred engagements on it. Then we can probably keep that tweet alive for at least 24 hours, and a lot more people will see it. It's already having effects. We're already seeing people come into the project. Let's just keep that momentum going. So look, great work so far. Let's just put that pedal to the metal a bit more over the next week, and hopefully Andy and I will have some really exciting news regards investment in the project from all sorts of angles over the next couple of weeks. So no more questions I can see. Anything you spotted, Jane?
No, it looks like that's it.
Cool. So look, let's wind this one up for today. Come to the Ape Spaces tonight if you've got the opportunity, if you're in the US particularly. Antoine, good luck. Let me just reiterate the sweep. There are, I can see 2, 4, 6, 7, 14, I think 15. Hang on, let me make sure the number's right. No, actually 14 jungle cats below 0.1 ETH. Anybody who sweeps one of those in the next 24 hours gets entered into a competition to win one of 3 apartment codes. If only 3 of them get swept, those people will all get an apartment code. Okay, so I'm not imagining that they're all going to get swept. If 5 get swept, you've got a 3 out of 5 chance of winning an apartment code. Okay, so if you want those, go get them. There's a couple of ones on there that I've actually used in the past for images in the marketing for the project. So I may well go and have to go and get one myself, because there's one that has got my old school tie on it. But yeah, look, if you do that, you can take part. Antoine's going to promote it in Ape Spaces tonight, which gives you 10 hours from now to get in first. I'll be surprised if they're all gone by then, because if that's the case, I will be posting another link for the Apes to say anyone by 0.1. But look, let's just keep our floor up, and we're all ready to go, and it's going to grow really quick over the next 6 weeks. So thanks again, everybody, for coming, and I will see you all next week.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you.